I think it's safe to say that Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are very different games. On one side, you can shit bombs, blow yourself up, and pretty much fly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, RIP wind bombs. That shit was fun. You should definitely try it if you haven't. And in Tears of the Kingdom, you can literally build your own flying machines, which in my opinion is 10 times cooler. I mean, none of this anymore. I don't even know how the hell people did this, but gotta love the creativity. But we can assume that Tears of the Kingdom will most likely not have many of the old runes that we had back in Breath of the Wild. In Tears of the Kingdom, there isn't that much use for the old runes. I mean, we know that the Sheikah Slate does still exist, and this has been confirmed from some of the content creators that had the opportunity to play the game early, but with the new abilities like Ultra Hand, Fuse, and Recall, this makes most of the runes in Breath of the Wild obsolete. Now, I'm not going to include Cryonis because I do believe there might be some use for it later on to traverse water or something, but if anything, if Cryonis does get chopped, I'm hoping we get some sort of iteration of Cryonis. For example, maybe underwater exploration, because I really want to see a water temple. But runes like the bond rooms are a staple ability in Breath of the Wild, so why would they need to get rid of them? Well, in Tears of the Kingdom, one clever thing they added was the Fuse ability, which basically makes no item useless anymore, which honestly is a great way to go about wanting to collect the various items we find, because honestly, in Breath of the Wild, I did not care about anything other than nice pretty gems, hearty food, and that's it. I don't think I ever picked up items I got from enemies because I never used them. But in Tears of the Kingdom, there are a ton of new consumable items you can scavenge as you play. Now, one of those being a bomb flower. You can actually attach a bomb flower to your arrows via Fuse to make a bomb arrow. This can also be used with a variety of gems we get throughout the game, like Sapphire will freeze enemies, Ruby will burn, and Topaz electrocutes enemies. This can also be done with True Jelly as well, but with a lesser effect. But it doesn't stop there, because you can even fuse a TNT bomb straight to your shield and blow up enemies if they hit you. Now, I know that Breath of the Wild had bomb arrows and the bomb runes, but I feel like there'll be much more opportunities of blowing shit up, and we might not need a reason to use these runes in my opinion. Now, if the bomb runes are removed from Tears of the Kingdom, this would be sort of a bittersweet moment to those in the speedrunning community, because bombs were basically the catalyst to some of the most used tricks throughout the speedruns. It sucks to see them go, but at the same time, I low-key kind of want this. I want a fresh, new, crazy speedrun experience and not one that mirrors the old game. Speaking of which, probably the most used trick everyone used after hearing about it, whistle sprinting, has been patched. So yeah, I guess if you use whistle sprinting a ton, you're gonna have to learn how to tease the stamina. So with the use of Ultra Hand, there really is going to be no need for Magnesis. As you can obviously tell, Ultra Hand is just the bigger, stronger, better version of Magnesis. There is no better way to put it. You can just always stick shit together and make it work. It's kind of insane. So with Recall, I'm pretty curious to see what you guys might think about this ability, either replacing Stasis entirely or making the rune overall better. See, Stasis had some pretty crazy interactions that led to some fun tech, like being able to launch yourself with boulders or freezing enemies to deal tons of damage over time. But to me, it seems we are going to see Recall be used for more practical cases, like using the falling pieces of Skyline to shoot yourself up to the sky, or reversing your momentum if you made a boo-boo in one of your death machines. We also see that Recall can send projectiles back to an enemy that tries to shoot you, but I think this is as far as the combat goes for the ability. I'm sure there's going to be super fun times to use Recall for some crazy interactions, but I don't see Recall having the same effect Stasis did when going against enemies. Now, if I had to guess, it would probably come down to combining the two and creating just an absolute behemoth of an ability that maybe we can get later down the road as an upgrade to Recall. Other abilities I'm pretty sure that are on the chopping block are the champion abilities. 3 out of 4 of them are, in my opinion, pretty good. RIP Revali's Gale. We have rockets now. Viva's Grace was just a pleasure to have because not dying is honestly just nice, and Urbosa's Fury was a really good AoE stun that did tons of damage. Duke's Protection was honestly just a free parry, which is also nice. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that these abilities will most likely get replaced. I'm not sure of what. Maybe the new champions have something up their sleeve, but it would be OP to start off the game with these abilities. Not gonna lie. Now, I'm just speculating here, and I know that some of these seem pretty obvious, but you never know. And in a week and a half, we could all be completely surprised of what's in store for us. But for now, if you have any ideas on what could be replaced or wiped from the game, let us know in the comment section below. And remember to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.